What's up, guys? Got some more updates. Just figured I'd make a quick video and let you all know that I actually got some stuff done. Not a lot, but it'd be enough where I can finish putting the tank back on today, and I shouldn't need to take that back off or anything. So we'll get into it, and I'll show you what I did. Got the old T-Rex handguards on with the Barkbusters they sell with those. And got the Oxford heated grips on with the controller on there and all the wiring that includes. So I'll dig down in a little more detail on the install. T-Rex handguards, pretty simple. Follow the directions, really can't screw it up. Again, like I said in yesterday's video, don't force anything. If it feels like it's not going or cross-threading, don't send it home. Figure out why. The only problem I had was on this side. I don't know if it's just the position of my controls on my bar or what, but this end here was a little bit cockeyed when I went to screw it down. So I just held over on it really tight, strong as I could, as I started to bolt in. Once I got the bolt in 4 or 5 threads, then it was fine after that. You know, everything, it's metal. It'll tweak into shape. I did leave this bolt a little loose, and the one on the back side, right down here, I left that one a little loose when I tightened this one down. Then I tightened those down so tight, you know, just work your way in a circle so you don't, you know, nothing's taking all the force at once. But I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. You know, if you would expect, they're nice and taut. Didn't take up, I mean, it took up most of the room area between the controls and the mirror mount. You know, obviously you do have to remove the stock ones. And that bolt, I'm probably going to cut it down. Let's see if I can get my, there it is. See how long that bastard is? Yeah, I'll probably just end up cutting it down or leave it as it is, but I doubt it. It drives me crazy it's that long. And then I'll just find a nice little rubber cap to put over that, like a hose cap or something, or just leave it as it is, utilitarian look. So once you take the original handguards off, that is a threaded bolt right there. You can screw that off. Some guys might want to put a ball mount, ram ball mount or something in there, or use it for some other, a perch for some other accessory. So that, not totally useless once you do take it off. And I'll go to the other side real quick. And the same story over here, other than the mount has a little bit higher of an arch to clear the master cylinder. This side went on simple, everything lined up perfect. No creative tweaking involved. You do have to kind of waller those holes out of the Barkbusters a little bit, because those bolts are just a tad bigger than the holes that the Barkbusters allow, but no biggie. You can either drill them out or just find a file or something. Not a big deal. Pretty stout. I said in another video, I think, I do need to figure this out, so why I keep telling people this. I think the Barkbuster Storm grips covers might fit on these bars too. And that would offer you a little more cold weather protection. And I don't know if you remember from my last video, I was concerned about not being able to use my Ma Bobber phone mount with the ram clamp, and because it was right here. Well, I just moved it over. Maybe I end up using one of those bolts that came with the original hand grips, or just leave it like it is. It's not bad. I don't mind it. I like having my phone on the right side, up on the bars. It's where I've always had it on all my bikes. I'm used to it being there. And it always works well for me there. So next we got the Oxford, the heated grips. Pretty straightforward install. I used compressed air to blow the original ones off. I didn't have to cut them. I had a little rubber tip on the end of my blowgun, stuck it up in there, and just kind of walked it off. It was pretty simple. I was talking to a friend on the phone while I did it, telling him I thought it was going to be a pain in the ass, and within a few seconds I was like, well, never mind, I got those off. So, you know, you super glue them on. You try to get them clocked in the position you want. You may think you don't like this sticking forward, but the reason I like to clock them in that position is because when you're wide open throttle, I want that to be pointing straight down and give as much clearance on the brake as you can get. I wish I could have clocked it about another, few degrees, because my OCD, I clocked the other one a little more, but when you're holding a little bit of throttle, they're perfectly aligned together. So use compressed air, blow the old ones off. Put you a bead of glue on the top, maybe let it drip over a little bit on each side, and then just twist them on back and forth, and then get them in the position you want quick, because when that super glue dries, you ain't moving them. I also cleaned off all the original glue that was on it. It was pretty nasty. I just used this 3M adhesive remover. I have no idea where to tell you to buy it. I've had that can forever. It's safe on most surfaces, doesn't hurt plastic, ABS plastic or rubbers. So that worked well for me. So you can see that one doesn't stick out quite as much as that one over there, but it's fine. I kind of got the Oxford name kind of pointing at the rider's face. It's kind of what I was going for there, plus with the clearance of the one over there. So the control, I know there's a few ways you can mount this. This thing comes with a little mounting plate. It's kind of, I don't know what you could call that, J-shaped. It's got a metal plate in the back that you can screw the controller to. And it actually comes at like a 45-degree angle. And you could do this several different ways. What I did was I just straightened the bend up and I mounted it straight up and down, because I kind of like it up. I'm a taller guy. I like it up closer to my face. Maybe a little more easily accessible versus reaching down here. I think there was somebody else that mounted a set of these. Might have been Full Throttle Junkie. I think he put his on the bottom. I'd have to go watch his video again. But again, he had to bend his plate in the opposite direction. The plate as it comes will not work on the left side. I think if you wanted to put it over here on the right side, right there where it says up on the mirror bolts there, I think you could get away with it without doing any bending. I don't think there is a right and wrong answer on which side you put it on. You can put it either side, you can put it in the middle. I think it also comes with double-sided tape. You can just stick it somewhere on one of these panels. I've seen people do that. Put it wherever you want, but this is where I put it. Wire routing, pretty damn simple on this bike. Probably the easiest bike I've ever put heated grips on. So just ran the wiring down here with the bundle. Ignore this wire that goes to my phone USB plug. That's getting changed. I'm not a fan. But anyway, route it right down to the neck through this little metal hoop. Trying to give you a view, but yeah, those are the wires right there. Kind of behind the bar. Just kind of follow all the other wires that are there. And it will come out down here by the neck. Oh, I gotta tighten that up. Loosen that up, send the wires through there, and then route them to where I told you all in yesterday's video. Underneath there is your power connector for your heated grips that is switchable on the accessory relay. I'm not going to peel that back and have you look at it, but I will tell you, I cut the little pigtail off. I wasn't going to, I'm sure you could try to find these pigtails if you want it to be truly plug and play. I wasn't having all that. I'm never going to put OEM accessories on. So I cut the pigtail, used butt connectors, a little bit of solder, wrapped it with heat shrink, and I did end up using the Oxford heated grips fuse holder. I had to cut the harness. I cut the little pigtail off of the Oxford grips. So out of the bike, butt connectors, a little bit of solder, heat shrink around it. Then it goes through the little short Oxford fused link, 5 amp fuse in that. Off of that, I have butt connectors. And then I put butt connectors on the other end of the heated grip link. I'm coming around the other side and just show you the other grip while I'm talking. So I have butt connectors on there if I ever need to take it off for whatever reason. They're super tight butt connectors. They're not going anywhere. They're really tight, and I put heat shrink around those as well. The only reason I put the 5 amp fuse in there is, I mean, these heated grips require 5 amp fuse, and I didn't want to pop the 15 amp accessory fuse and not have any of my accessories, let's say if the heated grips short out or what have you. So that might end up biting me in the ass, because I think the only way I can get to that fuse is to remove the tank. So, but worst case scenario, I'm on a trip, I lose my heated grips. Oh well, worst things have happened. Same thing on this side with the wire. Just follow that loom down to the neck. And I did come out on the right side. It's kind of hard to see. It's that wire with the green little label there underneath that little hoop. And then there is an opening in the frame right here. It's kind of hard to see. There, you can see my finger wiggling on the other side. And then I just sent the right side grip wire through that little hole in the frame. And then there's a little 3-prong connector on the Oxford kit that they all screw in together, and easy connections. So that is it. The only thing left to do for today is to put the tank back on. I'm not going to include that in the video because I don't like bothering with editing videos and clipping and all that. I just keep these raw for now. Like I said before, not doing any how-tos, not doing any tutorials. I'm sure you guys can find your own ways. You know, things like installing the T-Rex stuff. They have their videos, there's instructions, there's other people's videos. I'm a terrible storyteller, so we'll let somebody else that's better handle all that. I did put the old infrared heat gun on these. They got up to 102 in a matter, it was like 5 minutes. I turned them on. Oh, I guess I could show you that. So yeah, here you go. Turn the key on. Every click up. There you go, 30, 50, 70, 80, 100%. If it senses any drop in voltage in your bike, that little light there you go. I was going to say, it senses any voltage drop, it will start blinking. So it went away because the voltage stabilized. Now it's blinking again. You know, the bike's not running, so obviously that's why. And turning them off, click, 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 all the way down, turns it off. And now that it's wired into the bike, turn the key off, off. You're not going to forget to turn them off. These Oxfords will shut themselves off with a voltage drop, but I like for them to shut themselves off when you turn the key off. Now they do not come back on when you turn the key on. You have to turn them back on yourself. But I've had these on the old Concours over there for many, many years. They have not failed me. And they're very warm. I seldom use them on high on the Concours. I think maybe when I'm using my really heavy insulated gloves, I can use them on high. But if I'm just using some like MX gloves or some lightweight road gloves, yeah, you can't use them on high. You will burn your hands. And I think I've mentioned in another video, these are the sport version of the grips. That means you can see the gaps I have there. There was no trimming necessary. Now, I think the Adventures are like the medium length ones, and then, no, I'm sorry. The Touring ones are the medium length ones, and the Adventures are the longest ones. I think the Adventures have 2 of these rings where you can trim them down. And I think I have the Adventure ones on my Concours. Yeah, there's 1 ring on those too, but they are also longer. I think if you cut this ring off the touring ones, it makes them just as long as the sport ones. But that's it for today. I'm probably not gonna make another video for a few days. It's my last day off. I work all this weekend, but I will get the tank put back on tonight. And I just waiting for some more parts to do some other things. I know I said I thought about putting the center stand on neck first, but I would like to get my lowered foot pegs from J&S, those lowered brackets, before I do that, because you have to take the foot peg bolts off to put the center stand on, as well as put those lowered peg brackets on. Kind of like to just do it all in one shot. So, all right, I'm gonna quit jabbering. Thanks guys for watching. Keep subscribing, keep watching. I appreciate the support. I'll have more of these. They're just gonna be like this. They're gonna be unclipped, unedited. Maybe eventually I'll start doing some fancier videos, but this is what I like to do. I just like to share my progress, what I've learned, what I'm doing. A couple of you guys asked some questions in the last video on a few things, and I tried to answer them. You know, I have a shop manual. I did look a couple items up and for a couple guys. But all right, that's it for today. Thanks a lot. Later.